Just before we head into the video, I'd love to give a shout out to the sponsor of the channel, RL Exchange. Now, RL Exchange is the best way to buy any Rocket League items or credits on any platform and at the cheapest prices so that you can build your dream setup. Make sure to go and check out their website using the top link in the description and use code TXE to get yourself 3% off your order. I'm going to be giving away a White Octane every 1,000 subscribers on the channel. All you have to do is subscribe, like, turn on post notifications, and then finally head over to the Discord server. The link is in the description down below. And as soon as we hit 24k, there will be a White Octane giveaway set up. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get straight into the video. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video and episode 5 of Trading From Nothing all the way up to the White Apex. I just want to say a quick thank you for the insane support on the channel recently, and like I mentioned, as soon as we hit 24k, I'll be giving away a White Octane, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. But anyway, let's just get straight into the first trade of Nothing to White Apex, episode 5. In the last episode, I was buying and selling really hard to sell black markets, and I was able to make a ton of profit, so I might try and do that in this episode today as well. They will be hard to sell, but if I can actually get the black markets sold, such as the Singularity, Wet Paint, and Dueling Dragons in my inventory, then I'll be getting a ton of profit, as I've underpaid so much for each and every one of them. I also do manage to pick up a White Fennec for 1,650. This is 150 credits below its minimum value right now. It has recently dropped, but it still has a pretty decent demand, so if I can buy it for anything below its minimum value, I am basically guaranteed to make profit. And I try and underpay by around 150 credits because it still takes a decent amount of time to sell, and I want to make sure I'm getting a good amount of profit for the time it actually takes me to get an item sold, such as this Wet Paint, which I believe I originally picked up for about 250 or maybe even 150 credits, around that price anyway, and then I'm selling on for 500 because it is Scorer, which is one of the best certifications in the game. So I was able to get a little bit more for this item. Yes, it did take ages to sell, but in the long run, I'm getting more for this item than I have for basically most other items in the series so far. So I'll definitely take that, a really good amount of profit from that item. And like I mentioned, I am going to be trying to sell some more black markets, such as the Sky Blue Dueling Dragons. Realistically, I want both of the black markets gone in this episode. They've been around for a little bit, I believe, already, so I'm just going to be trying to get those sold. I also do pick up a Fennec for 250 credits, 150 below its minimum value. I'm not actually usually able to underpay by this much. Usually I'm underpaying by about 100 credits just because the Fennec is so easy to sell, but I guess I got lucky, and then I can just go on to sell that Fennec for the minimum value and get 150 credits profit really easily. Now, to be honest, I don't really need to sell the items in my inventory. It would be nice to get them gone, but I've got so many credits and I'm pretty confident that none of them are really going to go down in value, so I could just stack my inventory up in items, but I don't want to overcrowd my inventory and sort of make it harder for myself to actually manage my inventory and sell off the items. That's why I only like to keep like one row at a time of items, maybe 2 rows at the most. I also did just pick up a Stipplegate. That was a really good trade. Now, whilst the Stipplegate is pretty hard to sell, I picked it up for 250 credits below the minimum value, so it will take me quite a while to sell, but eventually I'll probably be getting 250 credits profit when I do sell that item for the minimum value. So in the long run, it is definitely going to benefit me. I also do manage to sell on the Fennec for the minimum value. I might have been able to go for the middle value, 450 credits. It's only an extra 50 credits, but over time that will add up and get me a ton of profit. However, it would have taken me longer to sell the Fennec for a little bit more, just because obviously there's more competition, and the lower I sell my item, the higher chance I have of selling it. So I'll just take 400 and move on. I also want to be quite efficient with my trades as I'm doing daily uploads, so I'm trying to get around 15 trades a day at least, which will allow me to post 1 episode a day, because right now this video literally goes up in an hour, so I am pushed for time. I also do manage to pick up an Orange Fennec, 100 credits below the minimum value. Usually I would sell this on for the middle value, but right now the market is a little bit shaky, so I might have to just get it gone for the minimum value, which will also save me time, going back to what I was saying about being efficient with my trades. And I'm also picking up a Pink Octane. This was a really good trade because at the time it was 100 credits below the minimum value, and I would have sold it for the mid value of 500 credits, but it actually went up, so I'm going to be trying to get it gone for 550 credits, which will lead to 200 credits profit, which is a lot from a cheap painted Octane. So far we've already made a ton of profit in this episode, but I do want to get those black markets gone, and I also want to buy some more items into the inventory that I haven't had yet. Maybe some painted Dices, which I mentioned in the the last episode because they can lead to a lot of profit, and realistically any other painted black markets because they're so good for making profit, and I wouldn't really mind having them in the inventory because recently I've been able to sell off quite a few painted black markets, so I'm pretty confident that I won't get stuck with them for too long in my inventory. I'd also managed to sell one a White Fennec for 1.8k to CZ4. He was a very, very common occurrence in the Alpha Cap series, but he hasn't really been in this series much. You might see him in more trades. He's a trader on RL Garage for Xbox only, but he has some really good prices, so I always sell my items to him if I have any items he's looking for. But here was a really easy flip with the Orange Fennec selling on for 400 credits. Bought it for 300 earlier. It's only 100 credits profit, but realistically the Orange Fennec was not that hard to sell at all, and 100 credits is 100 credits. If I do like 10 of those trades a day, I'll probably be getting around 800, 1000 credits, so it's really not that bad. And then also Black OEM. Now this was a little bit controversial because recently it's been very hard to sell, and I did say, I believe in the last episode, that if I could buy it for like 200 credits below its minimum value I would, and then I'd just struggle to sell it, but eventually I would get 1.1k. Now I'm not underpaying by 200, but I'm underpaying by 180, which is pretty much 200, so I'm picking it up anyway. I'll be listing up on RL Garage, RL Trading Post, just trying to get as many people to see my listing as possible, and therefore have a higher chance to get it sold. But I'm just going to be trying to get 1.1k. I'm not going to be going for the middle value because it's hard enough to sell for the minimum value, but if I do get that sold, that will be 180 credits profit. And then also the Stipplegate I do get sold, which was a little bit surprising to me. I've had this before and it was very hard to sell, so I was a little bit surprised that I was able to sell it off pretty much in the same hour that I bought it. This was sold through RL Garage, which has been very good recently in both buying and selling items, so make sure to use RL Garage if you don't already. It can be so good for trading no matter your inventory size or what items you're looking to buy or sell. I've got to say I'm very happy with the way the inventory is looking. I will have to sell that White Tactician Fennec. I'm trying to get a little bit more than the minimum value for it just because Tactician is one of the best certifications in the game, but I haven't been able to sell it yet. However, I am picking up a Sky Blue Dicey for 800 credits below the minimum value. I did say that at the start of the episode I wanted to try and buy and sell new items that I haven't had in this series, and Sky Blue Dicey is definitely the way to go. I was only really able to underpay by so much because of how hard it is to sell. Now, I know it is extremely hard to sell. That is why I underpaid by 800 credits, but I'm usually able to sell them on for their minimum value, which I'm hoping to do again with this Sky Blue Dicey, and if I do get it sold, then that'll be 800 credits profit if I get the minimum value, of course. But yeah, I'm pretty confident I'll be able to get that sold. And then also I do get rid of the Sky Blue Dueling Dragons, which is perfect because again, that is another hard to sell black market out of the inventory. We're clearing up some items. The Pink Octane is going to be the easiest item next to sell. Black OEM probably after that. White Tactician Fennec, nothing's really happening with that. I don't actually know how easy the Black Singularity is to sell, but hopefully that'll be gone in the next episode as well. But I do pick up a Sky Blue Zomba for 200 credits below the minimum value. I was so surprised at this because this item typically has quite high demand, so getting it for that much of an underpay was really good. It's a little bit surprising, but I'll take it. And then I'm actually going to be trying to sell that on for the middle value, which is 700 credits. I don't know if I'll actually be able to get that, but that's what I'm going to be aiming for because Zombas have a very high demand, so I'll be trying to go for that middle value, and if I find it, that'll be 300 credits for, from that item alone. But anyway, that is going to wrap it up for this video. I really hope you have enjoyed. 200 likes if you have, comment White Apex if you made it this far into the video, and make sure to subscribe because we're almost at 24k, and when we hit that I'll be giving away another White Octane in the Discord. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
Me.